Hey guys, Vinny Lopes here from Off the Block, and the new college men's volleyball national media poll is out. Now I'm a voter for this poll, so let's get down to how I voted this week. Number one, I have the Ramblers once again in the top spot on my ballot. Loyola on a 21 match winning streak, haven't lost a game since January. They are playing great, locked up home court throughout the postseason, and I'll tell you, they are going to be a tough team to beat come the postseason, whether it's in the MIVA tournament or the NCAA tournament on their home court, especially with the way Thomas Jeski's playing. He's playing fantastic after having a little bit of an injury that kept him out of last week's matches. And then you have a guy like Joseph Smalzer in his senior season who's playing like an All-American and should get some consideration for National Player of the Year. That's how well he's playing. So I have the Ramblers at number one. Then at number two, I have BYU. The Cougars, I'm keeping at number two. Yes, they had 2 road losses, but what I look at when I do my ballot is I look at overall throughout the entire season. And BYU had racked up enough clout to where they are able to remain number two. Now, the gap between them and number 3, number 4, that's significantly decreased. But when you look at the entire picture from the season, that's why I have BYU staying at number 2 despite the 2 losses to Hawaii. So then at number 3 for the second straight week, I have Stanford, the Cardinal, just continuing to get impressive victories. They are peaking at the right time, and this is a team that I would not want to play come the postseason. When you look at their outsides, what they're doing, when you look at what James Shaw is doing, when you look at how balanced that offense is, they are going to be a scary, scary team, and potentially an at-large team to the NCAA tournament. Then at number 4, I have Pepperdine. The Waves got a gritty come-from-behind win against USC, winning in 5 games at home. And the impressive thing about that victory, they did it without potential All-American Parker Kallenbach, who's battling a little bit of an injury. And the fact that you're able to get a win against a good quality USC team without one of your star players shows the depth that they have within that program. And it's a good thing for the Waves. They're going to have a home match for the MPSF tournament quarterfinals, and we'll see what type of run they can make coming in the postseason. Then, number 5, I have the Anteaters. They are just continuing to climb up. The Anteaters have been the surprise team of the second half. They stumbled out of the gate, but this team looks right now primed to make a run to defend their NCAA championship. They are playing good, strong volleyball. Coach David Niffen tinkered around with the lineups all season. He's found a combination that works, and they are clicking at just the right time. Big thing for them this week, though, is can they win their 2 matches? And can they get a home postseason match? That's going to be critical for this team if they're going to make a deep run in the MPSF tournament. So that's the top 5. Now moving down on my ballot, number 6, I have Penn State. Yes, they are a little higher than most people's ballots, but I really like the way Penn State's played. And one player in particular who I really like is Aaron Russell. He is playing fantastic, leading the conference in aces, leading the conference in kills. Coach Mark Pavlik said last week he considers Russell one of the top 3 outside attackers in the nation, and right now he's playing like it, and that's a player much like Matt Anderson in 2008. Russell is the type of player who could potentially carry Penn State to a couple NCAA tournament victories and maybe the NCAA title. He's that special of a player. Watch out for him in a couple of weeks. He hasn't been getting much pub this season, but he is legit. He is a good player. So I have Penn State at number 6. At number 7, I have Lewis. The Flyers. Love the way this team is playing when you have Jeff Powell on one side, Greg Petty on the other side. But the player who's really hasn't had an amazing statistical season but is still playing great is BJ Bulldog, their setter. The job that he's done, it's not going to wow people with his assists per game average, but look at the attack percentage overall. Loyola is in the top 5 for team attack percentage throughout the nation, hitting well over 300 this season, and they're running a great offense. Very difficult to beat Lewis in the postseason, and it could get very interesting to see if Lewis and Loyola meet up in the MIVA championship match. That could be one doozy of a game. So I have Lewis at number 7. Then at number 8, I have UC Santa Barbara. The Gauchos, a bit of an up-and-down week for them. They got a great road victory against Long Beach State, but then they stumbled against Cal State Northridge. Kind of a summary of this team all season, a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team. There, you get a big win, and then they are not able to make that next step. But you know what? Credit to Cal State Northridge on that one, but also credit to UC Santa Barbara, they are having a fantastic season, exceeding most people's expectations. And I'll tell you, they have a great center in Jonas Safe. This could be a scary low seed to play come the MPSF tournament. Then at number 9, I have Long Beach State, the 49ers. The big question here is, can someone besides Taylor Krebs step up for the 49ers? That is what's going to determine whether or not this team can not only get into the postseason, but make a run in the postseason. They are going to need someone. Crab is going to be able to carry low. He's going to be able to put his big numbers, but can they get another player to put up big numbers? When Long Beach State has had success this season, that's what's happened. When they've struggled, that's what's not happened. So it's going to be very interesting to see moving forward if Long Beach State can get out of this funk and move up. But right now, I have them number 9 on my ballot. Then at number 10, I have Hawaii, the Rainbow Warriors. 2 great victories against first place BYU. But the big question I have for this team is, can they win on the road? And that is going to be answered this week when they travel to Pepperdine to play their 2 regular season finales, and they must win 1, probably need to win 2 to get a spot in the MPSF tournament. If they can do that, whoa, Nelly, you have to give them credit for going on the road to pull it off, but that's the big question for them. They're great at home. Now can they duplicate that success on the road? And we will see, as that's one of the most exciting matches to end the college men's volleyball regular season. Well, that's going to do it for how I voted in this week's poll. Be sure to get all your men's volleyball news and analysis by going to offtheblockblog.com.